Martin from a place called Buxton in Derbyshire. We're at a place called Flag, just outside the town. It's a beautiful day, beautiful sunshiny day. It's October the 5th today, which is very unusual for this time of year, but it's a beautiful time. And today I'm here to really talk about financial freedom. So I'm here to give you 5 hot financial freedom tips that can get you out of the rat race, replace your salary so you're able to fire your boss and generate financial freedom in record time. Well, I'm doing this, and I have been doing this for many years. I went from zero to multimillionaire in a few short years using my own blueprint that I developed myself, and I'm helping millions of people around the world do the same thing right now. And now is the time where you can really do this effectively using certain skills and certain strategies that will completely change your life forever. Now, give you a little bit of background about me. I left school at 16 with no qualifications. Went into work straight away, hated every minute of doing that, so I decided that really I wanted to do my own thing, and I wanted, most importantly, I wanted freedom. That's what I really wanted to do, so I was able to do what I wanted to do all the time. Now my life consists of one thing. That means I love everything I do. If I don't love it, I don't do it. Simple as that. And because of that mantra, because of that philosophy, I enjoy my life so much that I'm able to travel around the world every single month of my life, which I love doing. I'm able to buy cars like this, which is a fantastic automobile. One of my dreams came true this year to do that. Just an amazing experience and something I would never change. I'm able to see my children very often, able to help them do what they do. My daughter Paige, she wants to be a DJ. I'm DJing with her. My son is a go-kart racer. He won the indoor championship last year in the UK. Now he's at top 5 around professional go-karting, improving all the time. So I'm really happy with my life right now, and it's getting better and better and better. People ask me all the time, how can they do the things that I do, and how can they get the things that I got, and how can they live the life where they love everything they do? So my first question to you is today, do you really love everything that you do? Do you love going to work? Do you love doing your job? Do you love your career? Do you love your lifestyle? Now, when I ask that question, when I speak to thousands of people around the world, the answer is a resounding absolutely no way. They do not love their life. They do not love their job, because they realise that a lot of people, including themselves, are not really serving themselves. They're serving other people to get what they want. And if you don't love your job and don't love your career, that is what basically you're doing. There's 2 things. You're either serving yourself and achieving your own goals, doing everything you can to do that, or you're achieving other people's goals and helping them get their goals, but not helping yourself. So the first question is, do you really love what you do? Now, if the answer is no, which I think it may be, or you're searching and you're soul searching because you're not really happy with what you're doing, I can tell you some great news. The great news is you don't have to have a PhD to get what you want. You don't have to go to university to get what you want. You don't have to have certificates or letters after your name to get what you want, because I have none of those. In fact, the only document really with my name on is my passport and my birth certificate. That's it. I don't have any certificate whatsoever. But am I qualified in sharing with you how to be financially free? Well, yes, I am. Because I've made financial freedom myself. I've become a multimillionaire in a few short years because of all the strategies and the process I went through, and learned really the hard way. I made many mistakes, but eventually I got there. And I'm able to live an amazing lifestyle where every day is just a joy to live. I spend time with the people I want to spend time with. I go wherever I want to do. I buy what I want to buy. And I just give back to people because that's my favourite thing now. You know, I don't have to work ever again in my life. I've got several businesses. I've got many properties. I've got many assets that pay me residual income. And because of that thing that I did over the years, I'm able to enjoy an amazing life. Now, I'm here today to give you 5 tips for financial freedom for absolutely no money, completely free, because I love giving back, and I want you to really think about how you can change your life from now and get to the place that I've got to. Now, those 5 tips I've developed into a blueprint, and that blueprint is extremely effective. In fact, it's guaranteed that you will succeed in financial freedom if you follow the blueprint step by step. Now, the first tip, the first hot thing you need to do, the first financial freedom strategy, the first thing, the first step is something I call you. How are you doing? is it about you that you're happy with, and what is it that you're not happy with? Because the first step is really deciding if you want financial freedom or not. And what you've got to realise is, when you're making that decision, is realise that if you keep working for somebody else, if you keep yourself as an employee, there is a 98% chance that you'll be retiring financially broke. That means you won't have enough money to live on when you're 65 years old, and you'll have to go back to work until you die to be able to sustain a life and pay the bills. Now that is a very sad statement, but it's a very true statement. And when you come to my workshops and when you come to my seminars, you'll find all the proof that I will share and give you and lay out for you to prove that is the case in every country basically in the world, even including the United States, even including Singapore, even including Australia. Everywhere in the world, people are basically broke. So how do you get out of it? Well, when you focus on you, then you can start asking questions. What do I have to do to get there? What am I doing now? If I keep working the rest of my life, what's going to happen to me? So the first step is you, and you've got to realise that if you don't change you, and you don't learn from you with that kind of burning desire, you'll never get to the next step. You'll never understand what you have to do to get to financial freedom. So the first step is to focus on you, and then wake up and look around you and see what will happen if you keep doing the same thing. And remember, if you keep doing the same thing and expect to change, that's the definition of insanity. Step number 2. This is a very interesting step. Step number 2, do not listen to unqualified advice, especially from governments, financial advisors, and people who work for banks or financial institutions. Now, why do I say that? Well, most of the banks around the world right now are not doing too well. A lot of banks went bankrupt in the financial crisis 5 years ago and are still not doing so well. The world economy is not doing so well. House prices came down below 50% of the price in the USA and affected the rest of the world in 2008. People lost more jobs than ever before in history. There are more people on the street than ever before in history, and people now are working longer for lower pay. So do not listen to governments or unqualified advice. And that also comes within school education or school teachers and what they tell you to do. Now, what you've got to ask people, if they start giving you advice about money, especially financial advisors or people that work for financial institutions, is you've got to ask them a question. And the question you've got to ask them is, are you financially free? Now, if they hesitate and they say, well, I'm on the way, or they're not, then do not listen to them. If you want to be financially free, listen to the people that are financially free, because only then will you learn to become financially free. And that's a very, very critical step in order for you to get to the next level, because you've got to hang around with the right people. So the first step is, number 1 is you. Wake up, look around you, and find out what will happen, the consequences if you keep doing the same thing, and question yourself, are you doing what you really love to do? Second step is, do not listen to government or unqualified advice. Step number 3 is change the way you educate yourself and get some financial education. Now, financial education means that you have to learn from people that are financially free, not school teachers. Now, if you remember what you learned in school has no relevance to what you're doing now in your life. When is the last time you actually used Pythagoras? When is the last time you used quadratic equations? When's the last time you used the medieval history of England from 1066 to 1215? Well, probably you've never used those things because you don't need them in your life, because they're not relevant, they're not effective in making money. And ask yourself, are your school teachers rich? No, they're not. They're some of the lowest paid people in the world. Is your headmaster rich? No, he's not. So these people are teaching you for 16, 20 years of your life to be successful in your life, because there's only one result from school education and university education, and that is to get a job. It is not to become an entrepreneur. It is not to become financially free. It is not to become a success. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, all those people left university who didn't even bother going there because they knew it wasn't going to give them what they wanted to do. So please remember, step 3 is financial education. Get educated from people who are qualified, who are financially free, and get the proof from those people that are financially free. The difference with me is that when I speak around the world, when I do seminars, I actually show people my bank statements, show people my proof of assets, show people everything I've got, so they know that I'm qualified. When you know that, only then can you start learning. So that's step number 3. Step number 4 Spend time with the right people. And this is one of the most important things you'll ever learn from anyone in the world. Spending time with the right people means you've got two choices, or there's two laws. Law number one, spend time with the people that have got what you want. Law number two, remove yourself from the people that have got what you don't want. Yes, I did say that. Law number two, remove yourself from the people that have got what you don't want. Now that could be friends, that could be family, that could be anyone. Yes, you can remove yourself, you can spend less time with them. Because if people around you are earning the money that you don't want, how the hell are you going to get to the place that you do want? Now that's a very, very, very important step that you've got to follow. Now step 5, once spending time with the right people, step 5 is really, really powerful. It's called compelling life goals. Compelling life goals. Remember at the beginning of this video I asked you, do you love what you do? Why are you doing it? Why are you working so many hours for somebody else? So compelling life goals are allocating the time to doing things you love to do. And that means that when you're not working, you've got loads of time. You've got no office, you've got no boss, you don't have to go to work at 9 o'clock in the morning, you don't have to go at that time. So suddenly you've got all this space. How do you fill it? You've got to fill it with things that you love to do, because otherwise you're going to get very bored and go back to work. And that's not the point of financial freedom. So compelling life goals are asking yourself questions. What would I love to do? What would I love to learn? Where would I love to travel? What would I love to give back? Where do I really want to achieve? Remember, anything is possible. If I can do it, and I'm stupid, thick, no qualifications, anybody can do it. Because anything is possible, and everything starts in the mind. And you can have anything that you want, including a car like this. Just pan out Saul so we can see the car. Including a car like this, including a lifestyle like this, where it doesn't matter where you go, what you do, and who you spend your time with, because you've got no one telling you to do any different. And that's what financial freedom is all about. This is Marco Robinson, live from Buxton, Derbyshire, having a fantastic time.